I'd like to start this by saying I live a pretty normal lifestyle. I don't drink, I don't do drugs, and I'm not prone to flights of fancy. So I can say with certainty that what I saw and heard wasn't a hallucination or some drunken stupor. The first note appeared on a Tuesday morning. I was on my way to work, coffee in hand, juggling my bag and keys as I approached my car. At first, I thought it was a flyer, a pizza coupon maybe, or another lawn care ad. But when I unfolded the paper, the words hit me like ice water. "I saw you jogging this morning. You looked so focused. Don't overdo it." The handwriting was jagged, uneven, as though scrawled in a hurry. My stomach twisted. I had gone jogging that morning at 6 a.m., before most of the neighborhood was awake. I glanced up and down the street, heart pounding, but everything seemed normal. Kids' bikes were strewn on lawns, sprinklers watered neatly trimmed grass, and the faint hum of a lawnmower drifted from somewhere down the block. I told myself it was a joke, maybe someone at work playing a prank, though the uneasy feeling lingered as I drove away. The second note came 3 days later, this time nailed to the tree in my front yard. I noticed it as I came home from the grocery store, bags weighing heavily in my hands. "You shouldn't leave your kitchen window open. Someone might get ideas." The blood drained from my face. My kitchen window had been cracked open last night, a sliver to let in the cool autumn breeze. I checked my phone, half expecting a notification from the security app I had installed weeks ago. Nothing. The camera above my front door had recorded nothing unusual. That night, I double-checked every lock, every window. My mind ran wild with questions. Was this a coincidence, a prank, or something worse? The notes began to multiply. I found one tucked into my library book. You've always loved mysteries, but some answers are better left undiscovered. Another slipped under my front door while I was in the shower. You sing in the shower. It's cute. Each note grew more personal, revealing intimate details about my life. My jogging route, the songs I listened to, the way I paced while on phone calls. Whoever was leaving them wasn't just watching me. They were studying me, dissecting me. Paranoia set in slowly, like a creeping fog. I started noticing things. The faint scent of cigarette smoke near my back door, though I didn't smoke. Shadows that lingered a moment too long at the corner of the street. A flash of movement in my peripheral vision that disappeared when I turned my head. After finding yet another note, I snapped and called the police. The officer on the line listened patiently, but didn't sound convinced. "It's probably just a prank," he said. "Kids messing around." I insisted it felt serious, but he assured me there wasn't much they could do unless I caught someone in the act. As I hung up, I felt a surge of anger. At them, at whoever was doing this, at myself for feeling so powerless. I stopped jogging altogether. I stopped going to the library. My home became a prison, but even there, I wasn't safe. One night, I found a note taped to the security camera lens. "Nice try." Another note, days later, was more menacing. "If you tell people about me, I will hurt you." The weight of the threat sank into my chest like a stone. I spent the night sitting in my living room, every light on, clutching a kitchen knife in my shaking hands. Every sound, the groan of the floorboards, the creak of the pipes, made my heart race. Weeks passed. The notes became more erratic, their messages shifting between playful and sinister. I miss our mornings together. Then, one night, I woke to find a note on my bedside table. "I miss the way you used to sleep so peacefully." The air in my bedroom felt heavier, like I wasn't alone. I scanned the room, my pulse pounding in my ears, but it was empty. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. I called the police again. They came, took my statement, and promised to increase patrols in the area, but their reassurances felt hollow. Whoever was leaving these notes was clever. They left no fingerprints, no witnesses, no trace. For a while, things quieted down. The notes stopped. My sense of dread began to fade, replaced by cautious relief. But then the final note arrived. It was waiting for me in my mailbox, sealed in a plain white envelope. Inside was a single photograph. It was me, asleep in my bed. Beside the photograph was a note written in that same jagged hand. "Check your basement." My stomach churned. My house didn't have a basement, or so I thought. Fueled by a mixture of fear and adrenaline, I tore through my home searching for something, anything that could explain the note. Eventually I found it, a small hidden door in the pantry, concealed behind a false wall. My hands shook as I pried it open. The stench hit me immediately, a sickly metallic odor that made my stomach turn. The narrow staircase descended into darkness. I grabbed a flashlight and crept down, each step creaking beneath my weight. At the bottom, I found a small room. The walls were lined with photographs of me, eating breakfast, watching TV, sleeping. Dozens of them arranged in perfect rows, chronicling my life in chilling detail. In the center of the room was a makeshift bed, a pile of crumpled blankets surrounded by empty food wrappers, and more notes. And then I saw it. A mirror propped against the far wall with a note taped to its surface. "You found me." As I stepped closer, my reflection shifted. It wasn't me. The face in the mirror grinned, its features twisted and unfamiliar. I noticed something else, a flash of movement in the corner of my vision. I whipped around, flashlight trembling, to find the hidden room empty. And then I heard it, the faintest sound of footsteps retreating up the staircase. After that night I moved out. I sold the house, packed my things, and left without looking back. I told myself it was over, but still, to this day, I don't know who or what it was. The police never found any traces of an intruder. No fingerprints, no signs of forced entry, nothing. Now, I'm stuck asking myself questions that will never have answers. Who was watching me? How long had they been there? And worst of all, are they still watching me?